grab your boards. Welcome all surfers to Wavy's Atlantic Ocean. Surf, 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 baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Yeah. Twerk, baby. For certain, she moving so perfect. Surf, baby. You wanna surf on the tidal wavy? Twerk, baby. I'm loving the way that you surf it.
All my niggas, they gangbang, and all these niggas do the same thing. Counting money, living insane. Steady mobbing, let my flag hang. Told them I'm ready. I'm throwing them monster like Randy. I know that these niggas can't stand me, but the automatic come in handy.
Yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me. In this Wavy's world, salute to all the surfers. You already know it's another Surfer Nation situation, you feel me? Alright, you know we about to hit that wave cave. Yo, you already know, man, we out here in the wave cave, know what I'm saying? We about to get into it. Alright, before we get into it, I want to thank y'all for definitely turning up that good old reaction video I did to, I forgot the YouTuber name now, but I stated in the video, but that Sex Money Murder versus Grape Street, you know what I mean, out in Newark, New Jersey, my hometown, born and raised, you know what I'm talking about? But y'all turned that joint up quick, you feel me? And y'all definitely got in that comment section like I knew y'all would, you feel me? And y'all definitely caught some of them discrepancies, even some that I purposely didn't put a reaction to. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard it, let it pass. You know what I mean? Just to see what y'all say, if y'all pick up on it. Y'all definitely picked up on it, you feel me? Even some of the comments, when they were kind of directed towards me, like, did these get that I'm reacting to somebody else's video, nigga? Like, what, you mad because I'm reacting to a video? Like, you know how people do though. Some people do find anything to cry about. Oh well, nigga, go get a tissue. Anyway, this video right here is that boy Diddy. So I did a video, you know, when they were doing the jury selection and all that. But now the testimonies has begun. So we have what news? I don't really remember what news station this is, but nigga, it's one of these news stations. I think it's Channel 7. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, yeah, it is Channel 7. You know what I mean? But anyway, they're gonna break down, summarize what happened and how Diddy was looking, because you know we don't get to actually see him. We just see a drawing of him, sketches and everything. But you know, just basically talk about the state of mind that he seemed to be in and everything, and how the whole temperature was going on the first day of testimonies, all right? Or testifying, whatever the case may be. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. Shit.
Welcome to Eyewitness News, a special coverage of the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Testimony wrapped up around 5 o'clock today. We heard from 2 witnesses, and we also saw that much anticipated introduction of that horrific assault video from 2016. Let's show you some of the video of some of Sean Diddy Combs' family leaving court. 6 children were in court today, seated in the second row along with his mom. He blew a kiss to them at one point, and Diddy wearing what has now been a classic look for this trial, a collared shirt and a pullover over that and some khakis. But you could see his mood change throughout the day as we first heard from the first 2 witnesses from the prosecution describing graphic detail some of these allegations of sexual escapades. That included a male prostitute that we heard from, a male escort. His testimony expected to pick back up tomorrow. Let's bring in Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles, because Darla, you were inside today, and you want to talk about a whirlwind day, because when we started today, we didn't even have a jury yet.
Not at all, and a lot of things that you mentioned just about his mood changing, what he's wearing, those are things that we did expect today. But for it to go so fast, for a federal trial to finalize a jury, do the strike process, and there was a little contention about that. The defense argued that they struck 7 of 9 black jurors, so there was a bit of a disagreement about that. Moved on past that.
Damn. removing 7 of the non-black jurors, that just sounds crazy. Now, granted, they probably did that because he's black. They probably feel like too many black people gonna be biased. And I'm gonna keep it real. If I want a fair trial and I'm doing something like Diddy, I probably don't want too many black people either. You feel me? So I could kind of see where that could possibly be a problem, having too many people that could relate to Diddy or feel sorry for Diddy, you know what I'm saying, without judging everything as they should, you know what I'm saying, on a more non-biased level.
And so then they got to opening statements, and then we got to the first 2 witnesses for the beginning of what's going to be a really explosive and explicit trial. The first day of the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering and sex trafficking trial, in the bag. Combs today wearing the same look as last week. Slacks, a sweater over a white-collared shirt in a different color. His mother and children seated in the second row behind him. The 55-year-old has a team of at least 8 defense attorneys, but he's very much engaged in his own defense.
Shit, 8? He need to let Big U hold one of them niggas, cause my son Big U out here representing himself. He said, hell that, I can't afford a real attorney, at least right now, because I know they gave him a public defender, aka a public pretender. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell down to represent myself, but I know if he could get a good lawyer, he for sure would. Yo, they need it, you know what I'm saying? Let him hold, you feel me? But I don't know. Did he allegedly have extorted Diddy? I said Diddy? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They might be like, nigga, I ain't get that nigga nothing. But nah, let's get back to it.
Times nodding his heads towards his attorney in approval or disapproval. In opening statements, federal prosecutors describing a drug-fueled world of violence, rage, and sexual abuse enabled by a trusted inner circle who they say helped Combs keep his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura under his power and control, forcing her to have sex with male escorts in hotel rooms for what was at first called a freak-off, but sometimes called a wild king night or hotel nights. But attorneys for Combs say there was nothing criminal about his behavior, calling this his private personal sex life, adding what he understood was that she was a willing participant in their sex life.
Right. That joint, I paused that joint with that nigga hitting the freaking running man down the damn hallway to go go violate, you know, just into that video where he was violating. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what they said though, yeah, that's why I'm like, if he get found guilty of all the other shit, alright, but outside of that, the shit that they be mainly talking about as far as like his sescapades and all that, hey, right now he just seems like he freaky as hell. You feel me? Like he is like remixing shit. You know what I'm talking about? But ain't nothing legal about that if that turned out to be the gist of it. You know what I'm talking about? But this video right here, alright, we already know this ain't this right. This nigga, you was bugging.
The very first piece of evidence introduced, an unedited version of this March 2016 surveillance video obtained by CNN at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. An off-duty LAPD officer working security that night testifying about what Ventura told him. She was saying that she wanted to get her phone, her bag, she wanted to leave. But Combs told her, "You're not going to leave." The second witness today was an escort testifying that he...
Yo, if this, and of these drawings supposed to be like kind of like really painting a real picture of how they were looking at the time they was being sketched and all that, that nigga right here look like life just sucks for him in all ways. Like that nigga looks sad as hell. Like, yo, like, bro, why you look like that? Like, that nigga look hella depressed.
He participated at a freak-off at the Gramercy Park Hotel, which at one point turned violent. Testifying to the court, Mr. Combs walked over to Cassie, grabbed her by her hair, and started dragging her into the bedroom. Ventura's husband, Alex Fine, spotted outside the federal courthouse this afternoon. This just a day before she takes the stand, publicly addressing her relationship with Combs for the first time.
She went and got her a white man. Like, he said, hell with that. that nigga was wild. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta go to the brighter side. You know what I'm saying?
So tomorrow morning, they will begin court with continuing and finishing up the cross-examination of the escort who was on the stand today. And then Ventura will take the stand, expected to be on the stand for the remainder of the week. And remember, she has to take frequent breaks, maybe about every hour and a half, because she's in her third trimester, Mike.
Yeah, it's interesting when you think about
and she pregnant.
Just the atmosphere inside the courtroom. You were in there. Describe, what did he look like? What did you make out when you were sitting there?
You know, I've been in court since the first day back in September, and I get a lot of questions about what he looks like. Even today, my friends are like, what does he look like? And, you know, he does look different than the first day. He's gray, like you see a lot of
He's not allowed
gray.
to color his hair during the court proceeding.
Well, you know, no color, no color.
So he's salt and pepper, looks much more like a grandfather is what I've heard described.
No, he doesn't look as much. He looks different, but what I can tell you is now we've seen him so much like this. This is what he looks like to us, right? So he has gray
Except
hair.
people can't see it because there are no cameras in there. So you've been inside and you see it.
I'm trying to tell you. I mean, but you know.
I kind of prematurely was hitting the pause too quick while she was saying it, but yeah, this nigga he just won't shut up. Like she trying to describe and like, yeah, but we depend on you. Like, shut your ass up. Like that's basically what she has told him, but nicely. Like she trying to tell you, describe the nigga. Like
a lot has been made about his appearance, and one thing that is really, I think, why that's such a big point of interest is because remember, like in the late 90s, he kind of ushered in the luxury and the glam and the bling part of hip-hop. Remember, that was the golden era of hip-hop, and it was still kind of like rough and edgy, but he really ushered in that luxurious kind of persona with that. And so to see him kind of like as a prep school boy, which might be a defense strategy, the prep school look, him in court every day, but he's wearing his glasses. And when I tell you he is locked in, you know, the same traits that he worked that made him a mogul, he's obviously employing some other that skill in court today, just really focusing in and locking it on what's happening.
And he certainly was sitting in there listening to all these details, just like the jury and just like family members as well. Darla, you're going to be back out here, covering this and seeing how it all plays out.
I will tell you, he doesn't have any reaction to any of the testimony.
Nothing.
No reaction. He's just very focused. There's no reaction. The only reaction that you will see, the only time you really see him emote, will be when he sees his family, his attorneys, or earlier today when he really needed a lot of water because he was nervous.
And we'll see what happens with Cassie Ventura taking the stand tomorrow. You know, is that video that really kind of opened up this whole larger investigation, that video that captured that assault in 2016. And because of the civil lawsuit that she filed, investigators started digging through his past, and then other women came forward. And that's how we reached today. It was September 2023. Sean Diddy Combs, seemingly on top of the world, had.
All right, so what they about to do now? They gonna break down basically real quick how everything led up to the current situation. So from when the lawsuit hit to just everything, they're gonna for people that probably don't know exactly how long it took for this to happen, then this stage to take place. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna basically break it down for you real quick.
Just released his 5th studio album, and New York Mayor Adams presented him with a key to the city.
Diddy Combs, our brother, giving it up for him. What's up, New York?
Fast forward 2 months, and the first sign of problems appeared.
And we've got breaking news. Sean Combs, better known as Puff Daddy or Diddy, is facing a lawsuit from Cassandra Ventura, better known as singer Cassie, alleging years of sexual abuse and rape.
1 day later, Combs and Ventura agreed to settle the lawsuit. But in the coming weeks, more accusers came forward. It all prompted Combs to write in a since-deleted Instagram post, quote, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." But then on March 25th, 2024.
Now to a developing story involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Federal investigators raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami today as part of a human trafficking investigation here in New York City.
The intersection could be that some of these civil claims involve criminal charges like trafficking that don't have a statute of limitations, and that's something that the SDNY or Manhattan can investigate, and appears that they are.
As investigators were building their case, a bombshell in mid-May. CNN aired this hotel surveillance video from 2016 that showed Combs kicking and dragging Ventura.
Ventura's attorney today said that the gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs.
2 days later, Combs apologized.
I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Which brings us to September 16th, 2024, 1 year after he received that symbolic key to New York City.
Sean Diddy Combs arrested here in New York by federal authorities after a grand jury indictment.
The charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent.
Want to bring in retired District Attorney Michael Bachner, who was also part of the defense team for Sean Diddy Combs during the shooting trial back in the early 2000s. Michael, thanks for being here. Let's talk about this video. It got so much play when it was released, and it's a horrific assault. In fact, Diddy apologized for that assault. The defense today is saying it happened. How does that sit with a jury when you see that in this type of context?
Shit, the defense ain't got no choice but to say it happened. Like, we see this. Nah, man, nigga, you can't even allege this one. You can't even, like, there's no other way to do it. This, bro, that's you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry.
You can be sure that the prosecution is going to play that tape very slowly, frame by frame, and is going to walk Cassie Ventura through it. What happened here? How did you get out of the hotel room?
And let me state this too. Yeah, innocent to prove guilty when it comes to everything, but that right there, I do not condone that. That's not gangster. That's not being tough. That's not standing on business. That's not none of that. The only time I could look past something like that, you feel me, is if, you know, you gotta fight for your life, you gotta defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because shit, because you're a female kid take niggas out too. You know what I mean? Y'all better watch that show Snapped if you ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? So if it's something like that, oh yeah, you better go in. You gotta preserve your life. I don't care about what the gender is of the person you gotta defend against, nigga. They decide to go crazy, then you better go crazier. You know what I'm saying? But that right there was like, nigga, you is wild. Like, it obviously wasn't a life and death situation for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you were going dumb. Like, so yeah, I definitely don't. Nah, you know what I mean? Hell no. And I'm against bullying. To me, that's like a form of bullying when you whooping a female's ass for no apparent reason. Like, that's some bully shit.
What was happening in the hotel room? How many times did he hit you? How did you feel like when he hit you? Did he say anything when he hit you? The defense is going to hope that this tape ends as quickly as possible and may have very few questions about the actual tape itself. It's a horrendous piece of evidence because it demonstrates the assaultive nature of the relationship. And they're just going to try and explain it away as domestic violence, but it's going to be a hard road to hoe for them.
And it's hard to see, not only for family members in court, of everybody involved, but also for the jury. 8 men, 4 women, a mixture of people from Manhattan, the Bronx, Westchester. You have a social worker, a lineman. You also have a massage therapist, age ranging from in their 70s and then all the way to their 30s. What do you make of the final jury that we got just before opening statements came today?
You know, it's an interesting mixture of people. It's a normal Manhattan Southern District jury.
All right, so for those that may not be watching this video, that just listening, if you're interested in seeing the current list of jurors that have been selected, you know what I'm saying, or considered, or what they say seated, they're showing them now, but they're not showing the actual image. It's a silhouette, just so you know whether they're male or female. And of course, they're not showing the age, but they're showing their age, where they're from, and their occupation. You know what I'm saying? So just in case y'all want to see that, you might want to look at the screen real quick while I'm talking, because when I hit play, you gonna have to rewind that shit today.
This is kind of what the poll always looks like when you pick a jury out there. You have 8 men, 4 women. I'm not so sure men are better for the defense here. I think men may actually be more difficult for the defense. And it's going to be very interesting. You have the massage therapist who has an interesting job. You know, she's involved with touching people, but knows that there's lines you can't cross. There's consent issues. You know, so it's going to be very interesting. People pull from their experiences, but this is going to be one of those cases. Who do I believe? Do I believe the credibility of the witnesses the prosecution is going to call or not?
Sean Diddy Combs is charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. He's not charged with assault of Cassie Ventura, although this video, right out of the gate, jurors are seeing that. How much of a hurdle is it for prosecutors to explain the specific charges that Mr. Combs is facing, and then to figure out how you tie all that together with these charges?
They've done this a lot of times. These prosecutors are extremely experienced. The judge will give them the law. You know, the bottom line is there is no federal assault like you have in state court. There is no federal domestic violence charge. They couldn't be charged with that even if they wanted to. So what they charge them with is what the federal law requires, and the court will tell them what the law is, tell them what the facts is, tell them not to speculate about what charge.
Oh, yo, these sketches of this nigga Diddy is the illest. Like, they got some with thumbs up. My son up there with the they got the nigga with the faces, all this type shit going on. Like, what he was in there doing, yo?
Charges could have been brought, should have been brought. Just is the facts sufficient to prove the law? Do the law and the facts match up here? And that's what they're going to do.
This is expected to be a long trial, looking at some of the tea leaves, perhaps that are hidden within these opening statements.
You see what? Look at like why they he was in there going through son. Like that nigga went from happy to that right there. He looking like, oh my God.
Or just out in the open. What did you make of the opening statements from a defensive point of view? How do you think they're going to try to defend him?
Tenny Garagos did a very nice job in trying to take the wind out of the sails of the prosecution's at least use of this tape, which is the most horrendous piece of evidence, and basically trying to explain, you know, these are the lifestyles of the rich and famous. They're not like us, but just because they're not like us doesn't mean it's a crime. This is the type of sexual conduct they engage in. You might find it offensive, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it's not a crime. So she did a good job in trying to deal with the salacious nature of the charges and try to explain that away, and try to also demonstrate that the videotape recordings that Puffy made of these events, many of them are recorded, demonstrate, she will argue, the consensual nature of the conduct. The prosecution's perspective is they're going to say, listen to these jurors, they were beaten up. You can see this, the report, that the CNN tape as we call it. This is indicative of what the relationship looked like. It was abusive, it was controlling, it was evil. And this is what Puffy did, and people hid it from him, and this is the enterprise he engaged in.
Of course, circling around and swirling around all of
like, yo, they keep showing it. Like, I got, yo, that kick he did. It's like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, yo, throwing it and kicking, like, yo, that is going to paint a picture of, like, bro. Yeah, like this lawyer said, yo, that right there, this video by itself, when it comes to that painting the character, yo.
This is the fact that this is a celebrity, a person who is at the top of his game at the point of these accusations. And you
like with another kick, like, bro, he in there treating her like garbage, like she was just literally garbage, bro. Like, you're wildin', son. It's like, I seen the video, like a lot of us seen the video, but you know, I was for sure when I watched it, I ain't replay it over and over. Like, I seen the video and it was like, yo, son, that nigga wildin'. But like, having it replay over and over, I ain't gonna lie, like, just this right here, they do this, doing this in the courtroom on top of the whole cinematic, cause you know it's cinematic when you go on a trial and you witness a trial. It's cinematic the way the attorneys and the prosecutors is. You know what I'm saying? It's like they really be wanting to sell that shit, and it's like, yo, starting off with this, they coming in fire.
See people from all over the world taking interest in what's playing out here. How does that play inside the courtroom, though?
It's a really interesting question. When we tried the case 24 years ago, our concern was that celebrity aspect of the case might be held against him. And for some people it did, and for some people it didn't. Obviously, we were lucky we had an acquittal, not lucky we worked hard. But in this type of a case, we've had R. Kelly, we've had Weinstein, we've had Epstein. Juries now have seen that even the rich and even the famous can engage in conduct that is criminal. So I don't know if the celebrity nature of it is going to play in, except for the financial motive that they're going to allege is underlying all of this. Money, money, money. That's what this case is about.
Because the defense will point to the Cassie Ventura civil settlement.
Correct.
That she secured, and then now she's testifying in this federal case criminally. Just wrapping up, do you think that Mr. Combs will testify?
Interesting question. He did at our trial, and after he testified, the lawyers had a sigh of relief. In fact, lead counsel Ben Brathman actually almost was in tears because he knew that if Combs was not believed, he was convicted. So Puffy walked away from that.
Yo, this joint about to end, but I seen this picture, and I'm telling you, I was trying not to press pause, but who the hell, you see this? Y'all can see my cursor. Who is that supposed to represent? Because they sketched her. She looked like an alien or something, bro. Like, am I tripped? Like, look at the neck. My nigga, like, yo, when she, like, yo, if she swallows something, like, that shit is gonna make the sound. You feel me? Like, that shit is elongated. My nigga head stretched. Damn. Whoa.
Case unharmed. He didn't help and he didn't hurt. I don't expect he will testify at this case. There's much too much to explain. They're going to try and make their reasonable doubts through cross-examination.
And there's a lot on the line. He's 55, and these charges could land him in prison for decades.
Yep. Yeah. This is a life sentence.
All right, Michael Bachner, appreciate you.
Yo. I almost started over. Yo, look at this drawing of this dude right. My son, like, he about the business with the bow tie. Stop it on the set. Stop it. Oh, and I just was smoking on that Usama Honda, so like I get geeky as hell. Like I be literally geeking. And like you talking about, you feel me? Like I got hella jokes. But yeah, though, I don't even need to say too much. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said during it. You feel me? So I'm gonna leave it up to the people. You know what I'm gonna leave it up to the surfers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, y'all hit that comment section because you know this gonna begin. There's gonna be a lot going on around this. You know what I'm saying? People is tuning in, and I'm one of them. You understand me? Feel me? Like, yo. But on another note, yo, the drawing is wicked for all of like the facial style. Yo, son, I am too fried for this. But I'm rocking just like this. You rocking just like this? Y'all know I be on this. You know, I just be doing shit, you feel me? It ain't scripted. We out here. We freestyle, baby. But yeah, so all jokes aside, though, this is a serious situation. And that video with Cassie is wicked. So, hey, like I said, y'all hit the comment section, you know what I'm saying? And somebody need to put hands on that sketch artist. So, yo, you already know it's ATM Wavy, aka Mr. OMG, and you know it's me. And of course, it's Wavy's world. Salute to the surfers, you know what I'm talking about? I appreciate every time y'all pull up, man. And woman, yeah, because the ladies be sliding through too. Y'all see the analytics. I pay attention, you smell me? So, y'all already know. Hit that like if y'all like the joint, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too typical, you know what I'm saying? So this might be a little different for some of y'all people that's new to this, you know what I'm talking about? but y'all gonna get used to this. And of course, now I mean, hit the comment section. Yeah, that's the basement. That's down there. You feel me? Hit that joint up. Just don't be a creep when you speak to me, man. And of course, I'm gonna need y'all to hit the sub, holler at the blood, join the Surfer Nation. You know what I'm saying? You steady growing. You feel me? And of course, hit that bell so when I drop something, it's gonna yell. And of course, you already know, it's last but not least, always look both ways before you cross that street, because you might get hit.
But if the boy tall slick, I'ma